everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. So today I am doing the Tmi tag. Now I saw Wiishu do this like 2 years ago and that's where I got the idea to do it now. I'm going to be doing some that I found on the internet. The entire list of questions that I found was 50 questions long and I shortened it to 20. A lot of those questions were super personal, stuff I didn't really want put out on the internet. The first question is, how old are you? I am 19, turning 20 in July, which leads into the next question, which is, what is your zodiac sign? My zodiac sign is Cancer Leo cusp, so I am the last day of Cancer and the first day of Leo, which means I am a cusp. I've always more identified with the Cancer side of things. The next question is, how tall are you? I am 5'4". My boyfriend is 5'9"-ish and my brother is 5'11", so it's just I'm constantly looking up at people. The next question, do I have any tattoos or piercings? I don't have any tattoos, sadly. I want some. I don't have any. I'm going to be getting some once quarantine is over. I'll be going and making appointments to get tattoos. They are going to be memorial tattoos for my grandfather who passed away when I was 10 and my grandmother who just passed away recently. I'm going to get memorial tattoos for them. I'm going to get some kind of a Harry Styles inspired tattoo. He's one of my favorite artists. I've always loved him since about the time that I was 10 years old, and he still is a role model and a fantastically talented artist today, and I'm really proud of how far he's come. I've also been thinking about getting a Louis Tomlinson tattoo based off one of the songs from his new album. That's kind of up in the air. I still want one, I just don't know where I want one, so there's that. As for piercings, I really want a nose piercing, but as of right now, all I've got are ear piercings, and they're basic and I don't usually wear earrings. Even though I really like earrings, I just kind of forget to put them on in the morning. The next question is, what is my favorite song? I've got a lot of favorite songs. Favorite songs are kind of hard for me. At the moment, I have like no real favorite song. I like a lot of songs from Harry Styles' new album, a lot of songs from Louis Tomlinson's new album, like a lot of songs by AJR. I've also been kind of into 5 Seconds of Summer. I haven't listened to their new album yet, but maybe I will do a review. If you guys want to see that, comment below. Leave a like on this video. I would absolutely love to do that for you. Album reviews are super good, and I want to make sure that like it's a first impressions video, so I want to make sure that you guys get my full honest opinion. What is my favorite band slash bands slash artists? Like I said, One Direction, 5 Seconds of Summer, AJR, Harry Styles, Louis Tomlinson. I've also been really into Lizzo recently. I really like her music a lot. She's super empowering for women of color. She's empowering for women who are not the perfect thin body type. She is very much for body positivity, and that's something as someone who is not a size 0 I really like to see. It's nice to see people who are bigger getting very famous and having hit songs and doing all that they can, and she's an inspiration for a lot of people, and I'm so glad I discovered her this year through TikTok and YouTube and social media. I'm really glad that she exists, and she is such a powerful force for so many people, and she's such an inspiration, and I love her so much. Do I like loud or soft music? It really depends on the mood I'm in. Some days I'll listen to My Chemical Romance, I'll listen to Pierce the Veil, I'll listen to All Time Low, just a bunch of different like emo-ish groups. But there are also days where I'll listen to Behind the Sea from Panic at the Disco, or I'll listen to the slower songs off Harry's album or the slower songs off Louis' album, and some days I'll listen to Nirvana and Black Sabbath, and some days I won't listen to any of that, and I'll listen to I don't listen to classical music, but I will listen to like older 80s stuff, so it really all depends on the mood I'm in, but most of the time it's loud music. I like to blare my music in my car when I'm driving, which is super like basic, I guess, but it's just fun to drive down the highway and like have your music so loud and your windows open and you just feel very free, especially in a time where you're like quarantined, to be able to get out and feel normal, where you don't have to wear a mask and you don't have to worry about hand sanitizer. Getting in your car and listening to music and driving down the highway is so nice. I highly recommend it if you can drive. If you can't drive, don't do that. Wait until you can drive, or drive with someone who can drive, because It's fun to do it with a friend too. I go with Dan, I go with my friend Sophie, I go with a lot of people and just drive and sing, and it's fun. I highly recommend it if you haven't been out of the house during quarantine and you feel like you need a break. Just get in a car and go. You don't have to go anywhere specific. Drive by the beach, drive through town, drive to another town and drive back. Just go. It's very nice to just get out. It's freeing. What is my favorite show? My favorite show is actually Gilmore Girls, but literally the show came out the year I was born, so I wasn't able to watch it when it was on. So when I was 15, I was really big into Supernatural. I really enjoyed Jared Padalecki. So what I did was, when I was on Tumblr, because Tumblr was really big at the time, I was on Tumblr and I saw a bunch of posts about him being in this show, and I was like, what is this? I really think I'd like his character. So I started watching it and I was like, whoa, this takes place in a really small town, and it's about a girl and her mom, and it's just super cool. I really like it. I highly recommend watching it. If you're someone who's very close with your mom, or you're someone who wants to be closer with your mom, try to sit down and watch it with her, because that's what I did after I had watched the whole thing. I was like, Mom, we need to sit down, we need to watch this show. I think you'll really like it. Have you heard of it? And she was like, yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never really watched it before. So I highly recommend doing that. It's very fun. It's a good show to connect with other people. My mom and I have been to a convention kind of thing. It wasn't really a convention, it was more of a writing workshop based around the show. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend going and watching it on Netflix. All of the seasons are there, including The Year in the Life, which is 4 episodes, winter, spring, summer, fall, which are all super amazing, but it's not as good as the original show. So if you're young, or if you're my age and your early 20s, definitely go ahead and watch the show. I highly recommend it, especially if you are a freshman in high school or anywhere in the high school range. I think you guys will really enjoy the first few seasons. You can really connect with Rory, and if you're watching it with your mom may be able to connect to Lorelai, or maybe be able to connect to Emily, or maybe connect to Suki. So I definitely recommend watching it. Who is your favorite actor? So I have a few favorite actors. I really like Leonardo DiCaprio. I liked him when he was like in the 90s. I like Johnny Depp. I like Milo Ventimiglia, who plays Jess on Gilmore Girls. I almost said Supernatural. I like Tom Holland. I like Harry Styles, is technically an actor, I guess. I really like Chris Evans. I like Sebastian Stan. I have a few favorite actors. So how long does it take me to shower is the next question. It really depends. If I'm shaving and like exfoliating and doing a bunch of things, it takes so long. It'll take me almost 45 minutes to shower if I have to shave and do all of my like self-care shower things. But if I'm just showering, like washing the dirt out of my hair, or I worked out, it'll take me about 15 minutes. It really depends on what the day was like. Leading into the next question, how long does it take to get ready in the morning? So this look took me about, I'd say 30 minutes, but if I were just doing like a normal makeup look, usually in the mornings it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to get ready. I kind of just throw on the first thing I see, especially if it's a lazy day and I'm inside. I grab a pair of leggings and a hoodie that either is mine or belongs to my boyfriend, and I will just chill for the day. But for the most part, it takes me like 10 minutes to get ready in the morning. The reason I joined YouTube, now this is a really good question actually. Technically, I joined YouTube in 2014 where I started posting vlogs and stuff, but I deleted those because I was 14 and they were very cringy. At the time, I didn't have the time to put the amount of effort that I wanted to into YouTube. I've wanted to be on YouTube for so long. So many of my idols are on YouTube. I just want to be a force for positivity out there, and I want to be able to talk about it on a platform. The reason I joined was I saw so many people being a positive influence, or just being the reason that someone smiles and stuff like that. So I wanted to do something like that, and public speaking is not my thing, but if I could talk to a camera like I am right now, it's so much easier for me to talk and get my thoughts out, and it's just nice. So I'm really here to just be a force of positivity. The meaning behind my username. So as some of you may have noticed, my name was Olivia Rose, but now it is The Real O Rose. I changed it for a couple reasons. So I changed it because I want my social medias to be decently consistent. My Instagram is This Is O Rose, my YouTube is The Real O Rose, and my Twitter is The Real O Rose. So I want you guys to like be able to find me consistently, as well as my username. used to be This Is the Real Olivia Rose, which is a reference to Ryan Ross, who was the guitarist for Panic at the Disco back in 2005 to 2008. Back from 2005 to 2008, Ryan Ross was the guitarist for Panic at the Disco. He was super talented, and I like idolized him. I liked the way he wrote the songs. I liked the way he played the guitar, so I was really excited. So his username on Instagram is This Is the Real Ryan Ross, which is super long if you look at it. So I got kind of annoyed at the fact that that was that long, so I shortened it to This Is O Rose on Instagram and The Real O Rose everywhere else. My favorite book. So as of right now, I don't have a favorite book. I'd say my favorite book series is probably the Carry On series by Rainbow Rowell. But when I was younger, like 8th grade, I read the Legend series by Marie Lu, and I was super impressed at how well that book was written. I liked the Divergent series. I was really big into dystopian fiction when I was younger. And then as I grew up, I was in probably freshman year, 8th grade, I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and that was my favorite book for a long time. And then after that, I kind of just started reading. I really enjoyed the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series, which I started reading in college. I really enjoyed the To All the Boys I Loved Before series. That was a really good series. If you haven't read those, I highly recommend it. If you watch the movie, you'll really like the books. It's not exactly the same, but you'll really enjoy the books. Another book I really liked was Dumplin'. That movie was on Netflix as well. I liked The Lovely Reckless, which I highly recommend to anyone who is a young adult reader. And that's really about it. I really like just any kind of realistic fiction now. I used to really like dystopian fiction. I haven't found a dystopian fiction book that caught my interest in a very long time. What is my favorite flavor of sweet? I have a sweet tooth. I will eat anything sweet. I love chocolate. I love cinnamon. I love any kind of vanilla-y things. I got this cookbook, and my mom has been helping me make these vanilla cinnamon muffins since I was I think I got the book when I was 8, so I've been making them since I was 8 years old, and they are literally my favorite things. I will get you guys the recipe if you want, or I will do a video on it. So if you guys want to see me cook some muffins, let me know in the comments down below. I eat any sweets. I really am obsessed with them, but I really enjoy anything chocolate peanut butter, so chocolate peanut butter ice cream, Reese's peanut butter cups, anything like that. Or I really like M&Ms. M&Ms are probably my favorite candy. They're such a simple thing to have, and they're something I can eat on Weight Watchers, which is nice. So if you're on Weight Watchers, you can eat a couple M&Ms every once in a while to satisfy your sweet tooth craving. My favorite piece of jewelry. So my favorite piece of jewelry actually isn't mine. It is my late grandfather's. My grandfather passed away when I was 10 years old, and the one thing I remember the most about my grandfather is he used to wear this humongous ring. It was a gold band with a huge red gemstone in it. I'm not sure what the gemstone is or if it's a real gemstone, but it was always this big red rock right in the middle of the ring, and he wore it every day. There was not a day that went by that I saw my grandfather without that ring, and that is literally my favorite piece of jewelry. I wore it to graduation on a chain that my grandmother on his side, so my mom's mom gave me, and I wore that to graduation. Have I ever been in love? Now we're getting into the deep questions. Yes, I have been in love. I am currently in love, actually. His name is Dan. You guys may know him better as Lil Dan 596. If you haven't already, go subscribe to him and follow him on Twitter. His links are in my description. But I really do. I think I am definitely in love with him. I love him so much. He's been such a force of positivity in my life, and he's encouraged me and been there for me since we started dating. My boyfriend is one of my favorite people in the entire world, and I love him so much. The relationship between me and the last person I texted. The last person I texted was him. It was about when he would get here today. He's coming down to hang out with me and my family today and for the weekend, so we were talking about taking the dogs on a walk and playing Pokemon Go. He's the last person I texted, and I guess it's a romantic relationship, so And if you don't want to count him, the last person I texted was my friend Ella. Ella is a really good friend of mine from high school. The last time I kissed someone was Monday when I left his house. The last time I said I love you, I literally think I just told Dan that I loved him, but if not, I just told my mom I loved her when she left my room a little while ago. So either my mom or Dan. Well, that is the end of the TMI tag. If you guys have any more questions about me that aren't super personal, leave them down in the comments below. I will try to answer them maybe in a second video. Or if you guys have any questions for me about Marvel or Gilmore Girls or college, I go to college. That's a thing I do. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love hearing from you guys, so comments would be greatly appreciated. Please like the video if you actually liked the video, or if you want to see other videos from me. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see when I post. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!